The people who actually like you for being you, they would not just leave. Hi, I'm Rosalie and welcome to episode 6 of the Inner Work series, where we break cycles, heal wounds and create the reality you deserve without feeling overwhelmed. Let's talk about people pleasing. Saying yes when you want to say no, feeling responsible for how other people feel, and not respecting your boundaries at all. You may tell yourself, oh, I'm just nice, but deep down, it probably is exhausting. So where does this people pleasing actually come from? It's probably because at some point in your life you learned that love and acceptance is conditional. Maybe as a kid you only got praise when you were easy to handle, or maybe you saw your parents get upset when you set a boundary or said no, so eventually you stopped setting your boundaries because you wanted to make other people happy. Or maybe you learned that being low maintenance would make people like you more. And now you actually associate love with self-sacrifice. You may think that in order to be liked, you need to earn it by saying yes, by being agreeable, by not setting your boundaries, so you wouldn't be a burden. But people pleasing is not kindness. It's self-abandonment disguised as love. So how do you stop it? First step, as always, recognize the pattern. Recognize that you are a people pleaser. And ask yourself, when do I ignore my own needs to make other people comfortable? Second step is to sit with the discomfort of setting boundaries. So every time you become aware that you are starting to people please now, stop for a minute and set your boundary and stay in the uncomfortable feeling of setting a boundary. That is probably something very new to your subconscious mind, and it will feel uncomfortable at first, but it will be so freeing, I promise you. So just sit in this discomfort. Third step, as always, rewire your beliefs, because you probably have the belief that you are only liked if you people please. But that is so wrong, and that is not a belief you should have, because the people who actually like you for being you, they would not just leave. If they leave, they are not the right people for you, because love isn't something you have to earn. And the fourth step is to practice. Setting boundaries is a practice as well, especially if your subconscious isn't used to it. And sometimes that feels a bit harsh, especially if you have never done that before. So start by taking small steps. Start saying, oh, I'll think about it, instead of immediately saying yes. Let yourself take up space to actually set the boundary. You don't need to say no in the first second, but you need to be willing to take the first step to start setting boundaries, and that is to make space. And just a last reminder, being kind doesn't mean that you have to be available 24/7, and saying no doesn't make you a bad person. It actually makes you a person who respects themselves.